I never felt as a stranger in Kazakhstan. Thanks to President Nursultan Nazarbayev. But he was so impressed. He stayed almost an hour with us, okay? And then we explained him, we show our commentators how we working. He made the first speech. We managed to reach all income segments of the country, okay? So everybody had the chance to use GSM. I still love Kazakhstan very much, and I hope one day I shall visit again Kazakhstan.
Здравствуйте, уважаемые зрители. Мы продолжаем наш проект «Телеком жила» об истории отрасли телекоммуникаций. Впервые мы берем в онлайне интервью. И сегодня наш гость Haluk Ege, первый CEO компании Kcell и первый CEO, который запускал компанию Neo. Haluk Bey, good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, nice to see you, nice to hear you. My first question. You have born in Istanbul, is right?
Yes, I am. Well, very historic date, 11 February 1956. I'm 6 years old.
You know,
Ankara. Sorry, I was born in Ankara, in the capital city.
In Ankara. Yeah, it's city. As I remember, Atatürk, moved a capital to Ankara.
Definitely. I mean, it is like Astana and Almaty. I mean, the model is the same. So, I mean, business life is in Istanbul, but government is in Ankara.
Okay. What you can say about Ankara?
Ankara? Well, I left the city many years ago. It was a compact, small city compared to Istanbul, but the friendships were more strong in Ankara. I still remember, and I have good friends still in Ankara. I finished my university in Ankara as well, so I was graduated from Middle East Technical University.
And which specialty?
Well, not telecom. I was a mining and petroleum engineer.
You are engineer background.
Yeah. I was an engineer for sure. And then I joined Mobil Oil Company in Turkey. And then I joined one of the biggest Turkish holding companies, Tekfen Holding. And I was their vice president at that time. And then I resigned and established my advertisement company.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Because you know, nobody said about your advertising background, but one of previous CEO of Kcell, Kaspar Kukilis, said me before telecom industry we work in advertising business. Definitely. He is right. Okay.
Yeah. And then, unfortunately, at the economic crisis back in 2007, 1997 in Turkey, there was a huge inflation and everything, and my customers were all international companies, Xerox, some stationery companies, all of them were international companies, and they stopped advertising. The economy was so bad. So I have to close my advertising company. And then afterwards, I joined Turkcell in Turkey. And Turkcell was a new establishment. And I was questioning myself, what is this GSM? I mean, will that be a success story, or should I go back to my previous businesses? And then I joined, and I start with GeoCell in Georgia.
Yeah.
I spent almost 2 years in Georgia, and afterwards I came back to Istanbul.
Okay, a few questions about Georgia.
Well, Georgia.
What was the telecom market split in Georgia in this time?
Now, Georgia was just after there had a big war with Asia at that time, and trust me, there was no even electric power in nighttime in Tbilisi at that time.
Okay.
The economy was poor, people were poor, but we launched the GSM with Georgia Telecom. Now it's a successful company as well. But Kazakhstan is my real success story, to tell you the truth. Kcell is my bigger success, let's say. And Kazakhstan was a big country compared to Georgia. Both population-wise, economy-wise, everything was much better in Kazakhstan.
Yeah, Haluk Bey, about Kazakhstan and Kazakh people. What was the perception of Kazakhstan and Kazakh people before you coming in Kazakhstan?
Well, I have worked in Russia before. Before I was a general coordinator of a Turkish American company, construction company. I was a general coordinator of the company. But to tell you the truth, I didn't have any information and knowledge about Kazakhstan. It's a pity, really. I mean, well, as a Turkish person, I am ashamed of myself. Okay, I mean, Kazakhstan is one of my brother nations. Okay, I mean, I should know better. But I think because of the Soviet regime, it was not announced properly. Let's say, I mean, we see Kazakhstan as a part of Soviet Union. Okay, I mean, but not as a nation or a country. So my first experience was back in 1998. It was November. First time in my life I came to Almaty. And well, everybody was very friendly to me. Of course, it's not because of my personality. I was an investor at that time, so I mean, I was representing Turkcell. But maybe because our roots are the same, I never felt as a stranger in Kazakhstan, trust me, because, for example, even the language is not a foreign language for me. If I'm not wrong, for example, you say, oturup durunuz, right? Oturup durunuz is Kazakh.
Oturunuz is Kazakh. Otur. To sit down, please.
Down, yeah. But it is exactly the same. In Ankara, the town real people from Ankara, they say, ne oturup duruyorsun der. This is Turkish. Ne oturup duruyorsun. Yani it's so close language. Yeah. So I never felt a cultural difference, to tell you the truth. And I respect, because I believe in this. I came to Kazakhstan. It is your land, okay? I come there to make investment, but at the end of the day, we will make money from this country, and it's your land, okay? I mean, so I must respect the country and the people, because they are the owners of the.
Okay. Haluk Ege, return to your first visit in Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
I know you have taken a part in auction for GSM frequency. You personally, yeah, and physically.
Yes. I was the
Taken
person, holding the what you chart each time.
Could you tell about this? About this story, about this process?
But this is very important. Trust me, it's a good question. As you know, there were two licenses, GSM licenses at that time. As Kazakh Telecom being the national monopoly, they took the first license, and they promised government $16.5 million for this first license. Okay, so the other license, the Telsim company, which was our competitor in Turkey as well, was after the second license, and they had some local partner. But my first success was this: I make this auction happen. Okay, and it was one of the first transparent auctions in Kazakhstan. And the license fee from 16.5, we went up to $75 million. Okay, and even at that time, I remember in the auction, the Minister of Telecommunication was so happy. I mean, with the development of this license fee, because, of course, it was the first years of the Republic, and there are some economical problems. So it was a success story, really, for the telecom industry of Kazakhstan to sell the license. But we stopped at 75. The other Turkish group paid $75.5 million. But I must confess, it was a big depression for me, because my boss didn't allow me to go anymore. Owner of the Turque said stop there. So I was very much depressed, and Mehmet Emin Bey, the owner of Turkcell, fly with his private jet to Istanbul. I come back to Almaty. I was depressed. And then I suddenly remember something. There was a rule. Even if the Kazakh Telecom took the first license for $16.5 million, they must pay the difference. Whatever the license fee should be, I mean, which is $75.5 million. So they must pay the difference as well. I mean, and at that time, Kazakh Telecom economy was not that strong to pay such a big difference. So again, at that time, Kazkommertsbank was controlling some.
Говорят, зарплату дают.
У меня обед!
Kazkommertsbank. Приди и получи зарплату.
35% of the Kazakh Telecom shares. So I meet the owner of Kazkommertsbank at that time, and then I said, let's be partners with Kazakh Telecom, and let's pay the difference. And it was well accepted by both Kazakh, Mr. Burkutbayev and Kazkommertsbank supported the idea. So with Kazakh Telecom, we make the joint venture, and I think it was a very successful joint venture. When I look today, it was a good profit for Kazakh Telecom.
I remember the name of this legal entity, GSM Kazakhstan Kazakh Telecom. It's name of legal entity.
Yeah.
It was. Haluk Bey, about auction. Were only 2 participants?
No, it was 9 participants.
9 participants. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember who?
Yeah.
Where?
There was a Saudi Arabian, one Russian, but at the beginning they were very snobbish. They said, we will take it anyway. But after $35 million, all of them dropped. They couldn't go up further up. 2 Turkish companies was riding the race. Okay, I mean, it was nice. I mean, at the end of the day, Kazakhstan earned this money. Yes.
Yeah. What do you think? Why 2 Turkish companies had very strong intention, yes, to win?
Well, we trust in Kazakhstan.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, at that time the economy was not shining, but the potential was there. Okay, I mean, it was the most stable. For example, I worked for Kyrgyzstan as well, but Kyrgyzstan was not like Kazakhstan. Uzbekistan was not like Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan was the most stable, thanks to President Nursultan Nazarbayev. He really managed the country very good. I mean,
I see. Haluk Bey, let's talk about, because Turkcell, it's Chukorova, yeah? It's Kara Mehmet owner.
Yeah.
K-Mobile, it was Telsim, Rumeli Telecom, and Uzan family, yeah?
Family, yeah.
Can you tell about these 2 investors?
Well, as I told you, Turkcell culture was more strong because, as you know, in Turkey as well, Turkcell was much better than Telsim. For example, as investor, we bring in new Ericsson equipment to Kazakhstan, but the other GSM operator, they take the old GSM equipment from Turkey and they installed in Kazakhstan. We never did this. Okay, I mean, we use the edge of the technology. Okay. Also, I think one of the success stories was, at that time in Kazakhstan, the banking system, credit card system, was not well established yet. Okay, so we bring a very developed German prepaid system to Kazakhstan, which is Activ, brand name actually. So there was 2 brands. One is Kcell and the other one was Activ. So Activ was for people who don't have a credit card or bank account and things like that. They, with a scratch card, they can easily use their phones. So it was a good market placing.
Okay. As I understand you well, Turkcell, it was real fair investor, yes, in economy of Kazakhstan. It's all marketing approach with new technology.
Definitely. I mean,
and the other operator, K-Mobile?
Yeah, I mean, they use old version models. Yeah, I mean,
old version model and equipment which was used. Yeah.
Of course, to the best of my knowledge, I can.
Okay. But there are one perception between these two financial group.
Mhm.
Very big, how to say, tension.
Yeah, of course.
Is it right?
There was tension. Yeah,
There was tension because they are competitor.
we were competitors,
Uh-huh.
both in Kazakhstan and in Turkey. So that's
Okay.
why there was tension. But trust me, I didn't make anything against them.
Mhm.
Me and my team, we concentrated in our business, and it was at the end successful. Okay, and one more important thing. For example, this is a good thing which I did for Kazakhstan. I came with only 7 people to Kazakhstan as expats. 2 Georgian and 5 Turkish guys, okay? And we recruit young Kazakh engineers and young Kazakh ladies for call centers and everything. So in a way, we create a good experience for their future as well there. And now most of them are still working in telecom, I guess.
Yeah. It's true.
So, I mean, that was a good contribution.
Okay. Let's say about launch of Kcell brand in Kazakhstan. Yeah. I know. In license, there were obligation. Kcell and K-Mobile have must launch simultaneously. Is it right?
Yeah, I mean, it was so funny, really. I mean, we make, thanks to my colleagues in Ericsson, they contribute a lot. And trust me, in 4 months, we were ready to launch.
In 4 months?
4 months, yes. And then we said we want to launch. They said, no, you cannot. Why? You have to wait K-Mobile. Okay, I mean, it was strange, but I think K-Mobile local partners were politically strong people at that time.
Who was in those time?
I don't remember.
Okay. No, he was powerful, yeah?
Yeah, but they were. And in the launch, it was a very funny story. Let me tell you this as well. Well, Mr. President was planning to visit K-Mobile for the launch, okay? But a person in the presidential organization made a mistake, and they called me that Mr. President will be coming to us as well. So we make a very good program, entry, and we prepared mobile phones. And because of that, Mr. President, he was not planning to come to us, but he came, okay? It was planned to be a very short visit, but he was so impressed. He stayed almost an hour with us, okay? And then we explained him, we show our commentators how we working. He made the first speech.
It was in Almaty. Huh?
In Almaty. Almaty. And then it was a very nice memory for me that by mistake, I thanked to that person afterwards for his mistake, and we were laughing about it.
Okay. What you can say about launch of Kcell in Kazakhstan? How did it happen? First of all, we launched. We made a rollout in 3 months, in 4 months. Yeah. What else?
For example, we make a very good network planning. Okay, and then we concentrate on, first of all, equipment-wise, we were very strong. Okay, I mean, wherever the demand was there, we put new cells on our base stations. We try to cover nearby villages. For example, this is again. It was the first months of the launch. Mr. President was visiting his village nearby Almaty, and I asked my technical people. I said, "I want GSM in that village when Mr. President should be there." So they make the link, and when Mr. President visited the village, there was GSM, and he was very much impressed again because of that. So, I mean, the aim was in GSM, you must make the most of the people to use it. At that time, it was new. Everybody was asking, what is this and that. First, at the beginning, it was a prestige item, and then it became everybody's telephone. And we reached a 1 million figure in subscriber figure in 2 years or so, which was a success story because Turkcell had other older operators like in Azerbaijan, Azercell, Molcell, as I told you, Geocell, but none of them reached 1 million before us. In Kazakhstan, we reached 1 million very rapidly.
Yes, okay. Continue Ericsson topic. I know your main vendor, it was Ericsson, but I remember in those time, you also tried to invite the other vendors like Nokia and Huawei.
Yeah.
I think it was the first time in Turkcell family to create two vendor network. Is it right?
Well, I think I was a little bit, as I told you, of course I think about my company, but also I respect the country as well, okay? I mean, I respect Kazakhstan benefits as well. For example, this prepaid system, I bought, it was again the first in all Turkcell family countries, companies. They always use the Ericsson prepaid system, but a billing system, to tell you the truth. I bought a German one, which was a success story at the end. Well, Ericsson at that time was the Mercedes of the GSM equipment, okay? But their prices were very high. Okay, so I went to visit Huawei, and I make a very good deal with them. In Karaganda, I said, I don't know, it was the first years of Huawei. I said, I don't know your technology. I didn't experience it. Come to Karaganda, put a MSC, BSC, and 9 base stations, and we will test it in Karaganda. And they did it free of charge, without any money. They established it. And then, trust me, it was very good Huawei equipment in Karaganda, without any engineering, even control. It worked for many time without any problem. And at that time, of course, as you know, Turkcell's other partner was Sonera, Finnish company. So it was strange. I was asking from Nokia some pricing, they said, no, we don't give you. I said, why? I mean, I'm a GSM operator and I want to buy Nokia at the end of the day. But they didn't give us any offers, okay? It was strange. And then we had a board meeting in Helsinki. So when I was talking with Sonera board members, I said, what's wrong with this Nokia? I mean, I want to take some equipment from them, but they are not giving me any offers. They said, is that so? They immediately called Nokia general manager, and then in 15 minutes there was a meeting there, and we agreed that they will come and give us an offer. So we bought some Nokia equipment at the end of the day. But the good thing for our company, for Kcell, was after we bought the equipment, half of the Ericsson price, by the way, okay? But after this event, Ericsson dropped their prices to that Nokia as well. So
Okay.
I went back.
You use this as leverage, yes, to Ericsson.
I mean,
No, it's manageable approach.
Of course, I mean, so I again afterwards I go, because Ericsson was better than Nokia equipment at that time, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
But I dropped the prices radically.
Okay, Haluk Bey,
Mhm.
in your period of managing, Kcell was a leader, almost 75% of market share revenue. Yeah?
I agree.
Thanks to what?
Well, thanks to, for example, my colleagues working in Kcell, because the network was working properly, and everybody was working very hard. And in Kcell, I don't know, you must ask this to other colleagues working at that time, but it was a teamwork in Kazakhstan. In Kcell, the company culture was very strong. Everybody was trying to contribute to the company. And because of that, I take the best foreign investor prize from Mr. President at that time. It was I still keep the prize in my house. I was chosen one of the best foreign investors in Kazakhstan. So, and as I told you, we managed to reach all income segments of the country. Okay, so everybody had the chance to use GSM. Depends on. I never make, to tell you the truth, I never compete with price. I never reduce the price, but I never make the prices very high, unaffordable as well. Okay, I mean, because to reduce the price is not good for development, because then you cannot make proper investment if you reduce the price. But at that time, the investment was important for Kazakhstan. And one more good thing was there was a company called Turque. Our biggest challenges was in 5 years' time, we have to cover all Kazakhstan. You know Kazakhstan better than me. To cover all Kazakhstan is
impossible.
At that time, the range of base stations was 30-35 kilometers. Okay, so I mean, you need millions of base stations. But Turque launched a low orbit satellite system at that time.
Yeah.
Remember, and then we create a roaming agreement with them. So with this low orbit, so in any part of Kazakhstan, it was possible to use Kcell GSM. It was lucky for.
Okay, you consider Neo as a competitor, as a partner to Rai, yes?
Yeah, we were partner, roaming partner. We were.
Roaming partner. Yeah. Good approach. Good marketing approach.
So it was a.
Okay. Haluk Bey, can you tell about which type of restrictions and obstacles have you met in Kazakhstan?
The biggest one was at the very beginning, which was our equipment arrived to Kazakhstan, but it is my misknowledge, let's say. You must certify in order to bring this equipment. I forgot. I didn't know at that time, so I was very much shocked. I was not able to import the good.
About certification, it's customer area or metrology area?
Customer.
Okay. Custom area.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but we talked to. There was an office near Alatau office, this certification office. We said, "Yeah, guys, this is Ericsson equipment. We are not bringing it from Moon or anywhere. So give us the license." And they asked for a visit to Sweden to see Ericsson. So Ericsson took them to Sweden. They saw Ericsson factories and they trust in the.
Okay.
Thanks God, they give us the permission to import the goods. Look, my friend, of course there were some restrictions, but in every country we have this, okay? In Turkey, we have so many restrictions as well. You must, if you are making correctly everything, the restrictions, you negotiate, talk to people, and then at the end, it's not valid anymore. So the important thing is to be transparent, okay? If you are doing something good for the country, well, there are a lot of people who loves their country in Kazakhstan as well, and they can easily see what you are. Well, of course, national security was controlling me as well, which is very normal, and I respect that national security as well, because there was, as you know very well, there is a legal interception agreement in all around the world that national security can access to the conversations. So I helped them with that as well. So I mean, of course there were, but I always remember those days as good days, happy days. I mean, thanks God, we solve and manage everything, and then some bees are coming.
I hope it's not Beeline.
So I mean, only regret I can say from my Kcell life was, you know, the Kcell building near Intercontinental Hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this big.
It's a skyscraper.
Yeah, and then I make the agreement for this building, and I started the construction when I was there. But afterwards, I left Kcell. I didn't have the chance. Even I didn't see inside of the in my life. So it was a good location, and it was a very prestigious building, in my opinion. it was a very good deal at that time. I mean, it was land and construction. It was $10 million. My first. So afterwards, they finished it. I don't know for how many millions, but it was a good deal at the very beginning.
Okay. Haluk Bey, what about the role of Kazakh Telecom in Kcell?
Well, to tell you the truth, from my Georgia experience, in Georgia, in the management, we were minority, and Georgia Telecom was the majority there. Well, after Soviet regime, the management concept should change in this new republics, I should say. In Georgia, I had big problems for the management, all right? So when I came to Kazakhstan, I insist 51% Turkcell, 49% Kazakh Telecom. I said, I was the negotiator at that time, and I insist on this. And thanks to their understanding, they accepted. So daily management was under my control, okay? I mean, and of course, there was a vice president from Kazakh Telecom. Major decisions was both signatures, but daily operations was not. I didn't. There are many valuable people in Kazakh Telecom at that time, but it was a management concept change. Okay, I mean the modern management concepts we must establish. That was the reason. Otherwise, and I never had a big problem with Kazakh Telecom during my presence in Kcell. Everything was okay.
Did they help you
Yeah,
as a shareholder?
yeah. I mean, not help. At least they were silent partner mostly.
Silent partner. Okay. No micromanagement, no some,
I mean,
how to say, toxic involvement.
no. I mean, no. Well, we had this steering committee meetings for major decisions. We had board meetings. Everything was transparent, okay? And they were happy that we opened some possibilities of profit for Kazakh Telecom as well with this Kcell investment. So everybody was happy at the end of the day.
Okay. Haluk Bey, I must ask about K-Mobile. First, it's attitude of Kcell to K-Mobile. And second, what was K-Mobile in this time?
Well, it's very hard. Of course, they were our competitors, but yeah, at the end of the day, our mother companies, Turkcell was a better company than Telsim in Turkey. And as I told you, equipment-wise, we were better. Our technical people for network planning was much better. And
what about marketing?
Marketing, yeah. For example, I learned from my Kazakh friends. Maybe you don't remember. Our first advertisement for Kcell was very successful Kazakh people. One of them a rock group, one of them a composer, one of them I can remember their names. were they played in our advertisements, and then Kazakh friends said it was very nice for us to see successful Kazakh people in your advertisements. So it created a kind of sympathy to our brand because otherwise, I mean, for example, K-Mobile, their biggest mistake was they forgot that they were in Kazakhstan first of all, because I remember at that time there was a lot of Turkish people, construction companies, this and that in Almaty, and they came with a huge group of Turkish people, like 30 Turkish expats they bring, even for marketing, this and that. So they were making subscriptions to Turkish people. But we were in Kazakhstan, you must make subscriptions of Kazakh people, I mean, at the end of the day. So our target customers were Kazakh people, of course. I mean, well, they were aiming to Turkish people at the very initial days. So I think that was their biggest mistake at the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think perception of Kcell brand was local, Kazakh brand.
I mean, Kcell, what is the name of the company? Kazakh Cellular, okay? I mean, so it should be Kazakh customer company.
Okay. Haluk Bey, I want to develop a topic about your leadership style.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I asked few of your colleagues. And you know, they said you are very strict. And you are very fair.
I was trying to be fair. I was at that time. I was telling my directors, "Sorry, guys, there is no democracy here. Okay. At the end of the day, what I will tell will be done. But I listen always to them. Okay, and I take their good ideas and." I never insist on my perception. Okay, that was the teamwork. But if you and I never let anybody quarrel between directors. Any fights, it was forbidden. Okay, I mean, it was a team, and success was to be a team. Okay, I was the dictator a little bit at the beginning. Afterwards,
but they said you are very fair.
Yeah,
very objective. Yeah.
I was trying. This is my. I don't. If somebody is working good, you must make. Sorry, again this B. You must give what that person deserves. Okay, that's the idea.
You know.
By the way, thank you for them. If they are saying this, I'm very much flattered. Thank you very much.
And I confirm the only positive description they said. Yeah.
But manager, not good always. Always is not good.
Okay. Haluk Bey, you know, also they remember you quotas. For example, Do I look like Santa Claus? How you said it?
Yeah.
Okay. We are the best. We should have the best things. As understood, you have not economized in those time, in cost, in investment.
No, I mean, but we didn't exaggerate the investment. At the end of the, there is a rule. There were two partners. One is Turkcell, the other one is Kazakh Telecom. I mean, no matter what you say, they look at the net profit at the bottom line. So you must go in balance. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
so I never accept unnecessary investment. Okay, because equipment sellers want to sell equipment to you. They offer you, let's sell this. I said, stop, guys. I mean, of course, the time will come to make this investment, but not now, because my first objective is create a net profit to my shareholders.
Yeah, it's
Never exaggerate the investment.
Yeah. You also, your slogan, we will, okay, we will kill this market.
Yeah.
That means you were very tough leader, yeah, in the market.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Well,
thanks to what you made 75% of market share revenue.
Well, as I told you, it's not only my success. My directors, all of them, contribute to this success.
Can you tell about your member of your team? Who were?
For example, I had two financial directors. One of them was Mr. Mustafa Güzelsevdi. The other one is, he passed away because of Corona, by the way. Bora, the second financial manager, he died, unfortunately, recently. For marketing, I had from Georgia, Ms. Maya Mirijanashvili. Technical manager, again, Georgian, Mr. Kaha Kiladze. Sales manager was Turkish Mr. Buket Kaptan. And then IT manager was Ms. Ayash Burkitbayeva. Bayeva, yeah. And then, let me remember, I had Sargaskaev.
Sargaskaev?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know what he's doing now, but
Yeah.
And Janarbek was one of the Kazakh.
What about salary? I'm not talking about expats. Okay, it's understandable. About salary of local people, compare with market.
Well, we always, there was a survey group making survey analysis all over Kazakhstan. And in the first years, I always take above the average of salaries in Kazakhstan. Okay, so I mean everybody has a, but I should say, in my last years, I should increase salaries better because company became more profitable. I was a little bit. This was not. This is something I say. I wish I could increase salaries a little bit better because at that time company has the ability to increase the salaries. That's another regret from my side.
Okay, but people confirm they had good level of salary in those time. Compare with market, labor market.
We were always above the average, market average.
Do you remember of level of revenue in dollars?
Yeah.
Total revenue.
It was huge. I think it was, if I'm not remembering wrong, it was around $20 million per month after tax.
Per month. Okay, that means almost $250 annual. Huh? And marginal EBITDA in percentage?
I was very successful. It was around 33%. That's why I'm saying I should increase the salaries. That's better.
33?
33%. I was in Turkcell group. They were introducing me, Mr. EBITDA, at 33%. It was so successful. Maybe I exaggerate the level of, maybe per year it was $22 million after tax. Sorry, it's $20 million after tax per year. I'm correcting it.
It's in 90s or is
still it was a good revenue.
It's in 2004.
Yeah.
Okay. But in 2004, you did leave Kazakhstan, yeah? Why?
Well, there was only one reason for that. Well, I miss my family. Trust me, I was almost every week or every 15 days I was flying from Almaty to Istanbul for the weekend and going back Sunday back to Almaty. And it was such long years. I mean, I was away from my family. At that time, the Sonera and Sonera board members visited to come to Kazakhstan. And they said, "Yeah, why don't you stay one more year? Do you have any problems with the Turkcell management?" I said, "No, I don't have any problems with them. I have problems with my family. I miss them. I mean, want to go back now." I mean, that's why. Other than that, unfortunately, I couldn't bring my family to Almaty. The reason was my wife was working in Istanbul as well, so and she had a good position as well, and so
you came back.
I have to come back.
And you worked for Turkcell also?
Yeah, for some time. Afterwards, I decided to make my own business, okay? And I had some problems with some Fintur. At that time, it was not Turkcell, it was Fintur company.
Yeah.
And then I had some problems with people of Fintur because their management style was different than my management style, okay? I will not go into details, but there was a difference.
Okay.
So, in a way. So I decided, let me try my own business a little bit. But afterwards, as you know, I came back to Kazakhstan.
Yeah. In your new page of your life, it's mobile telecom service company.
Yeah. So I mean, again, in a very short time, we erected this company.
Who did invite you?
Again, Kazkommertsbank.
Kazkommertsbank?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Mr. Suhanberdin, yes, at that time.
Subhaberdin, Nurjan Subhaberdin, CEO of Kazkommertsbank. He invited you, yeah? Okay. It was at Greenfield, yes.
Well, of course, in the second experience, Kazakh telecom interference was more strong than this government organization was leading party. What was the name? Yes, I shall remember this. But still, I mean, Kazakh Telecom was very much involved at that time. Well, of course, it was a different atmosphere for me. Second visit was 1.5 years, I guess, not very long. So I decided to leave when there was everything was good. I decided to go back.
Okay. And what did you achieve in mobile telecom service? We launched a brand Neo, yeah?
Yeah. It was a idea of my friend, as maybe your friend as well, Oleg Pokryshenko. So I mean, he had a application that you can make. Well, it's like a WhatsApp application now. You can make international calls over Wi-Fi. We launched that, but people couldn't perceive this. It was a big advantage. It was before WhatsApp. It was a good idea, but maybe we couldn't make people understand it properly. But it was difference was that. Other than that,
why Neo didn't have a success as a Kcell at the beginning?
Well, the idea was, I think, the idea was not commercialize the company for a long period. Okay, I mean, they want to establish a GSM network, and afterwards, with a huge profit, they sell it to what's the new, Russian operator to
Beeline.
Not Beeline.
MTS, Megafon, Tele2.
Tele2 took it, yeah.
He sold, but later. I think after I don't know, after 5 years, 4 or 5 years.
At the end of the day, it was a big profit.
Yeah. Now it's a Tele2 second operator in Kazakhstan.
Yeah. So, but commercially, it is very hard for government institutions because to manage a commercial organization, because government works different, okay, because they have some other political issues, this and that. So I mean, that's why we couldn't create a harmony there.
Okay, I totally understand you. Okay. What after that? What?
Afterwards, I came again back to Istanbul, and I create some projects here as well. With a friend, we import iPads and telephones, mobile telephones from China. We market these in Turkey.
Okay. You became an entrepreneur.
Yeah, again, I was a
Not
share in that.
okay.
And then afterwards, the most recently, as I told you, this artificial ski slopes business was running, and also I had a big project, but I couldn't complete it because of this pandemic, let's say. This biodiesel plant I was establishing in Turkey, but unfortunately we had to stop. Maybe a couple of years later we will start it again. Let's see. Depends.
Okay, interesting. Haluk Bey, what you can say about Turkish telecom market now? Your personal vision.
And of course, I loved Turkcell company culture and development. It was a very innovative company, this and that. Nowadays, government people took over. So, I mean, again, they are making a lot of things. But I think private investors are much better than government managers, let's say. The Turkish telecom market is inevitably developing, of course, but there are still a lot of fiber optic lines to be built. In the recent years, I'm quite away from the telecom market, to tell you the truth. Maybe my information can be misleading. So, I mean, well, at the end of the day, Turkey is a 85 million populated country, okay? So market is huge and usages huge, applications are developing. I think everybody is profitable now.
Yeah. Haluk Bey, I like to discuss one phenomenon.
Yeah.
I am working for 10S Plus company. One of my shareholders, VEON Group. VEON, it's ex-Wind Telecom, headquartered in Amsterdam. But in VEON Group, there are a lot of Turkish top managers. Invasion of Turkish top managers to European company. What happened? Can you explain it?
To tell you the truth, I don't have any idea. Are you happy with their partnership?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
No problem. No, because we have a lot of similarity between us. Yes, it helps us.
I'm not saying this for the sake of this interview. I still love Kazakhstan very much, and I hope one day I shall visit again Kazakhstan and come and see all you yourself and other good friends in Kazakhstan. And Kazakhstan will be a special country in my soul and heart for all my life. That's for sure. So I'm sending a lot of good wishes, all the best to my Kazakh friends and to the people who make this interview happen.
Okay, thank you very much. And Haluk Bey, thank you for your impact and involvement in our telecom industry.
Thank you. It was my pleasure, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Trust me.
Thank you.